Welcome back, friends. From wherever you are, please take a moment and tell God thank you. Today, we were with a friend of mine and we did a flashback of 2019. We all know, if we talk about 2019, how it was with the COVID virus. It was a messy year where we lost friends, we lost relatives, we lost families. We lost many people that we knew. Some were so close and some were so dear to us. But it happened. So the reason why I'm encouraging you from wherever you are, just say God thank you. You don't know why God kept you, or rather uh, had to hide you so that you see this day today. Now, in our last episode, 29, we learned that Leah, who was not the choice of Jacob, happened to give birth with Jacob as opposed to Rachel. What a mystery. So today we want to go to episode 30 and see what it contains for us. But before we go there, friends, as usual, kindly subscribe to our channel. And thank you very much for those of you that have subscribed. The number is growing. Let us hit 1,000 in the shortest time possible. I'm so grateful. We are so grateful as a group that this is happening. God bless you. Keep sharing. Leave us with your comments. It's very important. The moment you leave us the comment, we get to know what you're feeling about these episodes. Now, in episode 30, when Rachel saw that she was not bearing Jacob any children, she became jealous of her sister. Jealousy and the importance. I want us to take note of this. The importance of bearing children and jealousy. So Rachel is becoming jealous because her sister is able to give birth, is able to bear children. It's a matter that disturbed her till she went to an extent of saying to Jacob that, give me children or I'll die. You see how important and how one could feel when you're in a marriage or you're in a relationship and you do not have children. So it reached that particular point. It reached up to that point where Rachel was ready to die if she was not going to get children. So what did she do? Instead, or what did Jacob do? Because Jacob was just a man whose work was to maybe to sleep with Rachel, and eventually Rachel would get would conceive, then eventually get a child. But in this scenario, let us see what reaction Jacob had. Jacob became angry with her and said, am I in the place of God who has kept you from having children? Today, a man and a husband and a wife, are living together. Probably you've lived so long, a year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, or even up to 50 years with your wife, and you've not managed, you've not been lucky to have a child. Your wife have not been lucky to conceive so that you are able to get a child. So in this case, Jacob became angry and asked a very funny question, that am I in the place of God who has kept you from having children? It is a very tough condition when you are living with a wife and she's not able to get a child. And in this place, I liked the response that Jacob gave, because Jacob, in his uh, mind or knowledge, is aware that it's only God who gives children. That is the reason why he decided to respond to, to Rachel as such. So, what happened? Then she said, here is Bilhah, my servant. Sleep with her so that she can bear children for me, and I too can build a family through her. How do you feel, you, a woman that is staying with a man, and probably you have not been lucky to conceive and get a child? Remember, in this condition, Rachel decided that whatever it may take, or whatever it could be, I must have a child. And she went to an extent of offering his husband to a servant, so that the servant could sleep with her husband just to get a child for her. In the current world, in the current generation, in the current time, I don't know whether we can find women courageous enough, daring enough to tell their husbands to sleep with their servants so that they can get a child. Where does this condition leave you, you woman that has not been blessed to have a child? Are you also in a hurry such that you are able to tell your husband to do whatever it may, or he may be able to do, just as long as you have a child? This is what is happening in episode 30. Let us see if Jacob obeyed a prayer and went ahead and slept with the servant. Let us see. So she gave him her servant Bilhah as a wife. Rachel is so daring that she is up to getting a child, that I must have a child. I don't know how, whatever way, we must have a child that is going to belong to me, so that I can also build a family. Family is a very important thing in a human being's life cycle. And therefore, you woman that as a girl or a lady who has reached an age of getting married, walk out from your family, walk out from your parents and go get married. You man, you boy, you adult, you've reached the age of marrying, please walk out, make a family, bond together, grow, and uh, come up with children. Now, she gave him her husband, Bilhah. And did Bilhah accept this offer? Jacob slept with her, and she became pregnant and bore him a son. You see, so Rachel's prayer was answered through Bilhah. Jacob obeyed that particular application. But okay, fine, because me, I am not able, then take my servant, Bilhah. And Bilhah also gave in and eventually got a baby, son. Then, to my surprise, Rachel is very happy. Is not disturbed. She is not disturbed. She is very happy and saying that God have vindicated me. He has listened to my plea and given me a son. So Rachel was extraordinary, happy. She became so happy such that you would think that she is the one who had given birth to that particular boy. Because of this, she named him Dan. And that brings another story. If you are called Dan, now you know the origin, you need to know the origin of your name, how it became about, or where it is coming from. You are the first son of Bilhah, and Bilhah was a servant in the house of Jacob and Rachel. Rachel's servant Bilhah conceived again and bore Jacob a second son. So, meaning that now that Rachel had handed over Jacob to Bilhah, now they kept on, they married, they became a husband and a wife. So, Bilhah gave birth to the second son. Then Rachel was very much happy again. I have had a great struggle with my sister and I have won. You see how she is talking? So she named him Naphtali. So again, if you are called Naphtali, get to know you are the second son of Bilhah. Now, when Leah saw that she had stopped having children, she took her servant Zilpah. Jealousy. What is it about this jealousy? Now, Leah had given birth. Actually, we know the story of Jacob from where he came from and who Jacob was to Laban. And Jacob's intention was to marry Rachel, where he worked for 7 years just for him to get Rachel. But by the end of the day, since Leah was the elder daughter to Laban, Jacob could not marry uh, Rachel. But in before before Leah was married, and we know this story. If you don't know, kindly just play around back to our videos, to our channel. I mean episodes. You will find the story there. It's a very interesting story. So in this particular time, Leah is realizing that it's like she has stopped having children. So she took her servant again, Zilpah, and gave her to Jacob as a wife. Jacob was a very lucky man. This guy was very lucky because each and every woman, a wife, wants to add more so that they could give birth with him. Now, Leah, who had been blessed with almost 4 children, if I may not, I'm not wrong, is now again a feeling that now it's like I have stopped giving birth. Now what do I do? And the other house is something is happening in the other house where Rachel is so connected to. So she also comes online and say that okay, fine, I'm not giving birth now. Jacob, please take over from with Zilpah so that we may have more children. Leah's servant Zilpah bore Jacob a son. Then Leah said, "What God's what a good fortune! What a good fortune!" So she named him Gad. So again, if you are Gad, get to know you are the first son of Zilpah, and Zilpah was a servant in the house of Leah. Leah's servant Zilpah bore Jacob a second son. Jacob was Jacob was a very energetic man. because each and every woman he spent with was conceiving anyone, and as long as he went in, there was a baby. That was a seed planted. So then Leah said, "How happy am I? The woman will call me happy. The women will call me happy." So she named him Asher. Again, if you are Asher, get to know where your name is coming from. It's a very interesting episode. Now, during wheat harvest, Reuben went out into the fields and found some mandrax plants, which he brought to his mother Leah. Rachel said to Leah, "Please give me some of your son's mandrax." But she said to her, "Wasn't it enough that you took away my husband?" Jealousy, jealousy. There is war in this family. "Will you take my son's mandrax too?" "Very well," Rachel said. "He can sleep with you tonight in return for your son's mandrax." Sleep. What is it? What is it? What are you learning out of this particular episode with between these two wives of Jacob, and the fact that one had given birth, one had not, up to the end, whereby now they're deciding that, okay, fine, we must now give more to our husband so that he's able to give birth or to bear children with them. Yes, so when Jacob came in from the field that evening, Leah went out to meet him. "You must sleep with me," she said. It's very lucky. This guy is very lucky. In marriage, I'm telling you, there are houses, there are families that people don't just live. You will be having your wife there, husband there, and probably you will even go 2 weeks, 3 weeks, even a month, even 3 months without sleeping with your wife or your husband. Maybe your wife is excuse full of excuses. Your husband, the other side, is also, it's a 50-50 thing. It's also full of excuses. No, today I am, today I am. But in this case, Jacob is very ready. He must have been eating well. He must have been eating well. He was not a hustler like us, like me and you today, whereby you are just called, come to bed, and there you're on bed. Let's go, and up there you are. Yes, you must sleep with me, she said. "I have hired you with my son's mandrax." So he slept with her that night. Jacob, yes, slept with her that night as she had called for. God listened to Leah, and she became pregnant and bore Jacob a fifth son. Wow. So it's like, you see, earlier on she had given four. So now God is adding another one, which is now the fifth son. Then Leah said, "God has rewarded me for giving my servant to my husband." So she named him Issachar. So again, if you are Issachar, get to know where your name is coming from. Leah conceived again and bore Jacob's a sixth son. Then Leah said, "God has presented me with a precious gift. This time my husband will treat me with honor because I have borne him 6 sons." So she named him Zebulon. This lady was very lucky. And McHugh, Jacob's intention was not for Leah. Leah's case just became because of the trick that his father had to do with Jacob, which made Jacob now to stay in Zebulun, in Laban's family for 14 years. Sometime later, she gave birth to a daughter and named her Dinah. Again, if you are Dinah, Now you know where your name originated from. Then God remembered Rachel. Luck is now falling here. This is why I'm telling you, however long it takes, do not lose hope. Don't give up. Just keep on soldiering. God is going to bless you at a time that you never expected. Rachel's time is here. He listened to her and enabled her to conceive. I want to believe Rachel was very happy when she conceived. She became pregnant and gave birth to a son and said, God has taken away my disgrace. Wow. She named him Joseph. Again, if you are Joseph, please get to know where your name is coming from. And said, may the Lord add to me another son. Rachel was so happy. She never believed when she got this baby, Joseph, and prayed that, oh, God, may you add me another son. I want to believe that somebody, a woman, a wife of somebody right now is also praying the same, doing the same prayer that, oh God, you've given me one, may you add me another one. And I'm telling you, do not give up. Keep on praying, keep on calling for the second child. God is going to give it to you. Now, that is the story of giving birth and between Rachel and plus the servants. Let's see Jacob's flocks, how they increase. After Rachel had gave birth to Joseph, Jacob said to Laban, send me on my way so I can go back to my own homeland. Remember, Jacob was staying in Laban's territory, but now and again they were related. I don't want to take you there because you want to listen to that. Please scroll to our episodes. You will find how they were related. Send me on my way so I can go back to my own homeland. Give me my wives and children. Jacob is so proud and is able to call for his wives and children. So if you have got a single wife, it's okay, it is allowed. But in this case, Jacob is calling for his wives, meaning that there are now many, and God had blessed him with children. For whom I have served you, and I will be on my way. You know how much work I have done for you. Now he's presenting his case to Laban, who was his uncle. That, okay, you know how much work I have done, so it is my time to go back home to where I came from. But Laban said to him, if I have found favor in your eyes, please stay. I have learned by divination that the Lord has blessed me because of you. Name your wages and I will pay them. Wow. He's ready to take pay for all those that Jacob would say. Jacob said to him, you know how I have worked for you and how your livestock has fared under my care. Meaning that Jacob was taking care of Laban's livestock. The little you had before I came has increased greatly, and these are the blessings that Laban is confessing before him. And the Lord has blessed you wherever I have been. But now, when may I do something for my own household? Jacob is insisting, yes, I have done enough. I have done a lot. God has blessed you through me. So I feel I should also go home and do for my own. What shall I give you? Laban asked. Don't give me anything, Jacob replied. But if you will do this one thing for me, I will go on tending your flocks and watching over them. There is something he wants to do so that he is able to walk away. Let me go through all your flocks today and remove from them every speckled and spotted sheep, every dark colored lamb, and every spotted and speckled goat. They will be my wages. He's going to pick, he's going to sort on sheep and goat, and this a particular grade or that he is looking for, or species that he's looking for. And my honesty will testify for me in the future. Whenever you check on my wages, you have paid me any goat in my possession that is not speckled or spotted, or any lamb that is not dark colored, will be considered stolen. So there are a certain assorted kind of goats that he wants to pick as wages, but is also at the same time assuring Laban that if you come across any that is not, I have not picked, that will be considered stolen. Agreed, said Laban. Laban was a down to earth. He's ready to do whatever Jacob wants him to do. What have you learned, fellow viewers? Let it be as you have said. That same day he removed all the male goats that was streaked or spotted, and all the speckled or spotted female goats, all that had white on them, and all the dark colored lambs, and he placed them in the care of his sons. Then he put a 3 day journey between himself and Jacob, while Jacob continued to tend the rest of lamb's flocks. Jacob, however, took fresh cut branches from poplar, almond, and plane trees and made white strips on them by peeling the bark and exposing the white inner wood of the branches. Then, there's a reason why he was doing that. Then he placed the peeled branches in all the watering troughs so that they would be directly in front of the flocks when they came to drink. When the flocks were in heat and came to drink, they mated in front of the branches, and they bore young that were streaked. Jacob set apart the young of the flocks by themselves, but made the rest face the streaked and dark-colored animals that belongs to Laban. Thus he made separate flocks for himself and did not put them with Laban's animals. Whenever the stronger females were in heat, Jacob would place the branches in the front, in the troughs in front of the animals, so they would mate near the branches. But if the animals were weak, he would not place them there. So the weak animals went to Laban, and the strong ones to Jacob. In this way, the man grew exceedingly prosperous and came to own large flocks and female and male servants and camels and donkeys. Friends, that is the story on Jacob, Laban, Leah, and Rachel. And the story continues. Till we meet again in our next episode, God bless you, and we say goodbye.